What is up, my dudes? Daniel John here, coming at you with my first place DESPIA deck profile. I took this deck at my locals and I got first place with it. This deck is still very good, very strong. I can go first, I can go second, and yeah, guys, I'm really excited. I did I did gotta say I won majority of my dice rolls, but nonetheless, this deck is really good. Especially with the tier zero Shizu tiers. You still got sprites floating around in different variants of anti-meta decks going up against the Shizu tiers itself. But this deck did very well. I'm happy to showcase you guys' deck profile. Yeah, let's just get started. It's kind of similar to my recent Despia, but there's a few changes that I made, and I'm kind of glad I did. So here you go. Triple Aluber, pretty self-explanatory. This card's insane. People keep forgetting that it has a second effect because sometimes they just don't bother, using it. But its second effect is actually really insane, especially during your opponent's turn. If they get rid of your fusion monsters, it comes back and just negates any monster on your opponent's side of the field, which is really good. Yeah, this card is really good, and sometimes people forget about the second effect. Double Despian Tragedy. You only need two. Pretty self-explanatory. This card lets you grab anything. Let's see, one ad lib. This card's insane. Sometimes I kind of do want to see the second one because there's times where people, my opponent would, bestial the target, or sometimes they try to use their Shizu cards or the shufflers. It does kind of get annoying, but honestly, how I've been using this card is I've been targeting my banished monsters. So I've been using it like Brandon Red a lot, and there's times where I just banish my monsters in general. So it's really good, especially if you're gonna use the Albion to banish your materials, and then you can from hand, field, or grave, you can banish this guy and target something from your banish, so that way you can utilize Ablib a little bit better. There's different ways to utilize this one better, especially with the Shizu tiers. Or like bestials floating around, especially bestials, because that's a big problem against this deck. But yeah, this card is still really good. I still suggest playing it. Yeah, insane. One Dramaturge. I would love this card, guys. I don't think I'm gonna take it out. This card's really good. Just having a negation on extra deck, even when I summon or your opponent summons, it's really strong, guys. And some people sleep on it. It's insane. It's a 3K booty too. I mean, come on, guys. This card's absolutely insane, and I don't know why people are just sleeping on it. This is probably why there's times where I honestly won because of her. If it wasn't for Dramaturge, honestly I probably would have lost one of my games against the Shizu tier matchup. So she's really good. That's it for the Despia package right here. All right, so then we got triple Fallen of Albaz. This card's really good. It's a super poly. I mean, you need it. Yeah, you want to see this card. You want to see this card a lot, especially if you go to your regular lineup, you summon Aluber, and then your opponent hand traps you, and you can't even search for your cards. You have Fallen of Albaz in your hand, and you have another polymerization. It's a lot easier. You can also just fuse this and the Albaz away, which actually happens plenty of times. The hand traps don't even matter, and plus people are not even running hand traps in the Shizu tiers. So I mean, there's times where I don't even have to worry about Ash Blossom at all. So yeah. One Albion. I mean, who doesn't want to upstart and dump something dump your branded opening, dump another Fallen of Albaz? This card does so much, honestly. So I wouldn't sleep on it. This card does a lot. There's times where I even branded fusion this, and I will send this instead of my tragedy or any other cards, because there's times where I do want to put opening in grave, or there's times where you want to put a Fallen of Albaz in grave just because of your hand. So this card's really good. Yeah, wouldn't sleep on it at all. Triple Tri-brigade, mercourier. I know I gave this card a lot of I know I gave this card a lot of crap, guys, but this card is okay. I gotta admit, this card's good. Okay, I admit it. All right, this is the first time you hear me say this card's really good. I might cut it down to two, but as of right now, especially around this format, Shizu tiers, they're basically hand traps. The Shizu cards are basically hand traps. You got bestials that are basically hand traps. They're not gonna let you play. They're gonna just keep targeting your grave. They're just gonna keep shuffling your grave. And it's annoying, especially if you got Branded in red. It's very annoying. And this, I cannot tell you guys, if it wasn't for this card, I probably would have lost two or three of my matches. Like this card's insane, guys. This card's absolutely insane in this format. But if Bestials tend to die off a little bit, and the Ishizu kind of, gets hit somehow one way or another, I might cut it down to 2. But as of right now, this card's really, really deadly. Just the fact that if they shuffle it or Bestial you, you can just use this card from your hand and negate their effects. It's insane. And if you banish it, which there's times where I banish it and you add more resources, like this card does 2 things. Like, yes, like come on, thank you. Like, this card's crazy, guys. I love mercourier now. 1 blazing. This card's really, really good. I honestly, yeah, that's enough said. This card does a lot, guys. This card does everything, guys. Like it can summon for free. It can summon, and it can fusion summon. Like you can literally summon this for free. And there's like, and you can also just fusion summon. This is like a polymerization, and it's a monster. So it's a monster polymerization. Like, and you can special summon it. Like, this card's insane, and it comes back to your hand. So it's like a free fusion summon. Like, who doesn't want a free fusion summon? This card's literally crazy, guys. But yeah, 1 blazing, 1 incredible ecclesia. This card's really good too. I thought about cutting it out. I might honestly cut this out, but there's times where this card actually helped me, especially in going second, because there's times where they build a board, and I have this. And there's times where I have Dark Ruler, and I Dark Ruler their field. I special summon her, and then yeah, so I Dark Ruler the field, special summon her, and then use tribute her, summon Fallen of Albaz, effect the Fallen of Albaz, discard my Edge of Chain, which I had in my hand, and super poly their field, and yeah, after that it was just like GG. It's crazy, and yeah, this card's still good, it's still effective. But it is like, there's times where you don't want to see it, especially like going first. I mean, it just really, really depends. There's times where it's been helpful, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, guys. But as of right now, this did help me. So yeah, this card's still pretty good. Double Edge of Chain with of course, the package. I am running the package, so I'll just put it right here. Triple Frightfur Patchwork and double polymerization. Honestly, this is perfect how it is. Honestly, it's perfect how it is. I mean, triple Frightfur Patchwork, there's times where like I know, like I had it for like this for the longest, 2, 2, and 2. The only problem is that like I kind of want to see my polymerization and edge of chain a lot faster, because your opponent regardless is gonna have Bestials, they're gonna have the Ishizus all ready to go. You're gonna have to have a comeback. You're gonna have to have like a line of play to do. So this is really, really helpful. I mean, Edge of Chain, again, grabs you extra resources, like, and then from Frightfur Patchwork grabs you both. I mean, it's insane, and that's why I run 3 Frightfur Patchworks, because you kind of want to see your polymerization and your Edge of Chains. So that's why I run the 3, and then obviously the 2 and 2, because you kind of have to. So I mean, this card's really good, guys. Honestly, like this package is debatable. I know like there's the Bestial package, and I know it's a better. But I feel like as of right now, like just the fact that I can have a second play in terms of like using my Mirror Jade or utilizing my extra deck, it's honestly like I think I prefer that as of right now. But I gotta admit the Bestial is a lot better. But yeah, maybe I'm probably gonna change it up a bit, and probably post it on this channel. But yeah, as of right now, this worked phenomenal for me, and I wouldn't take it out. I wouldn't have taken it out for that particular situation, because got me the win. So triple branded fusion. No one's running Ash Blossom anymore, so I have honestly, like, I gotta admit, I haven't got Ash Blossom when I played this card, and people they're like, nah, you know what? She's of Tears are like, they reign supreme anyways. Yes, I agree, but people forget that this card is just deadly. The fact that it's free shit all fusion, like you don't even need your opponent to control extra deck monster. So like this card's really, really crazy, and people just, I guess they don't ash it anymore. So yeah, they're gonna use their Bestials, they're gonna use their Shizu cards. But honestly, you got a lot of other cards to combat that. You got mercourier. Honestly, I had this. So let me tell you. So I had this. A lot of times, I won't lie. I won't lie to you. I had these 2 a lot in my opening hands a lot. These 2 cards I had it in my hand a lot. And honestly, like, Yeah, you can kind of go ahead and like she's one of my cards, or shuffle one of my cards with your shufflers. But just the fact that this is why I love 3 Mercourier, because I can branded fusion and then Mercourier. It's kind of similar to Misk and Gamma. Obviously it's totally different, but if they do something, you can Gamma. If they ask your Misk, you can Gamma, free summon, negate. Same thing, but this is essentially almost the same thing, because you're sending 2 monsters. If they're gonna do your shufflers, since you already control a fusion monster, you're just gonna Mercourier their shuffler anyways. So this card's really good with paired with branded fusion. So that's why I really loved it. A lot of times I drew those. I drew both of them in my opening. So insane, guys, really insane. So yeah, triple branded fusion. Of course, triple branded opening, really good. Really good card. You can add it. You can special summon it, and you could also banish it by it's like it's a protection too. So yeah, and also there's times where you can discard your Edge of Chains or like Tragedies. It's this pluses for days, guys. This card's like pluses for days. It's absolutely incredible, guys. All right, and then double branded fusion. This card does kind of it's good when it's good, and it's like terrible because there's times where your opponent just is gonna like bestial whatever you target. So it does kind of hurt, but you just gotta know how to play around it. Like, you really gotta know how to play around it. There's times where there's where they target it, and you just gotta be ready. You gotta have the setup. You gotta know different line of plays to kind of get around their cards. Because when you grab this card, you gotta kind of be prepared and be ready. They're just gonna like bestial or do something to your grave or do something to your monster that you target. They're gonna do something to it, so you gotta be ready for it. You gotta play different. It's not like, oh, I can just grab Brandon red and that's an extra line of play. That's not the case all the time, because they're always gonna have something for it. So for me, I'm always prepared for it. I always have like a plan B, just in case they do something with this, and they just like fizzle my target, and I just have another line of play where I just have another that's why I like Frightfur Patchwork, because you can use that. You can use branded banishment. You can use super polymerization. Like, you gotta do different plays. You kind of have to respect that they're still tier 0 format, and there's bestial monsters. So there's times where I use this last, honestly. So there's times where I use this last. There's times where it depends on which cards I have face down, and I use this first. So you just really got to be careful when using this card. Just letting you guys know. But yeah, double branded banishment. One branded lost. I mean, who doesn't want Magical Meltdown, and who doesn't want free add? Like, this card, I think this card's honestly better than Magical Meltdown. The fact that it can add Mercourier. This is why I run 3 Mercourier, and Branded Lost just like literally just adds you that. So it's crazy. So yeah, I love Branded Lost, guys. This card's crazy. I mean, it's perfect at 1. Don't bump it up. It's perfect at 1. Triple Allure. I mean, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. He doesn't want to draw 2 cards, especially with all the Mercouriers and the Tragedies in your deck. Like, come on, like you have to. Triple Super Poly. This card's still insane, guys. This card's crazy. Like the fact that you can go first with it, the fact that you can go first or second with it, it's crazy. There's times where I literally like use their whole board. I super probably their whole board, and just kind of went on my day, and made one of the Garura, probably butchering the name. Summoning Garura, summoning whatever you want in your extra deck. Your whole extra deck, you can bait, especially in today's format. You can literally utilize your whole extra deck using their field, and it's stupid and it's insane, guys. So like, yeah, Super Poly is really good. 1 Gold Sarcophagus for Mercourier and Tragedy. 1 Foolish Burial for Tragedy, and any other cards, especially if you want to send your albaz. You can send your albaz for different line of plays. There's times where I don't even send Tragedy. There's times where I send Albion. Or there's times where I send Fallen of Albaz. Or there's times where I send even one of the Blazing or Incredible Ecclesia. There's times where I send those two just to add those resources. It literally depends. Like, there's times where you're not going to want to do the same play. You're going to have to play different most of the time, especially in certain particular matchup. But this card's really good. So yeah, I love these cards, guys. 1 Called by the Grave. For those people who do have hand traps, there's times where I also honestly like this, and branded fusion is crazy. And this kind of like hurts Ishizu tiers. Like it literally kind of hurts them. So I love this card. Sometimes even just setting it, like even just setting this card and passing, like it's crazy against that deck because you can literally hurt them and kind of stun them. So like this card's crazy, guys. So yeah, it kind of takes away from the shufflers too. Double Dark Ruler no more. So I would run 3. If you guys could fit a third one, go for it. But as of right now, I only have 2. This card's crazy. I still love this card. Yeah, I mean, enough said. Like this, just the fact that you can break your opponent's board and make your own board. I mean, come on. Like who doesn't want to do that? Last but not least, I run 1 Branded Banishment. Again, I run a I could run a crap load of super polys. The fact that this is a super poly, the fact that you can bring back your fusion monsters or Despia monsters, like you can monster reborn and then super poly. Like that's honestly crazy. But yeah, I mean, there's times where I have this and Brandon Red, and they're gonna like do something to my grave. Sure, I have the other one. I have this or Brandon Red activate depending on a particular situation, and it's just gonna go off regardless. I'm just gonna get my fusion monsters regardless. So yeah. Yeah, that's my main deck. It is at 44. I try to cut it down, but honestly, like it's very, very hard. Yeah, it's just perfect right now. It just worked perfect for me. I might keep it the same for a while. I might keep it at 44 for a while. It's just been working so well. But yeah, that's my main deck. All right, my extra. I know my extra is it's all mixed and weird, so bear with me. 1 Garura. This card's self-explanatory. This card's great. Titaclad. Honestly, guys, I love this card so much, guys. You have no idea how much this card won me in time, especially in time. The fact that it's unaffected by your opponent's extra deck monsters, it's crazy. Like there's times where that's all they have, and there's times where like, oh look, I'm winning in time. Like nope, just summon Titaclad, and he literally there's times where I had him at 41 attack, and it just attack one of their monsters, and that was game from there. So this card, there's times where this card becomes time winning, and this card's really, really good, and I love this card, guys. I think I'm just gonna keep it in my deck for a while. So Titaclad, really, really good. Triple Albion. You have to run 3, especially if there's gonna be certain plays. Let me see. Yeah, so there's gonna be certain plays where you want to summon this instead of the Lubellion. There's times where you want to summon this, and since you summon it, the Mirror Jade targets are gonna be 2 regardless. So I mean, you're just gonna banish it and summon Mirror Jade, and then you're just gonna have these 2 extra. So yeah, triple Albion. Yeah, enough said. This card's really good. The fact that you can get resources during end phase, really, really good. Double Masquerade. A good card. Love this card. There's time. Okay, guys. So for my deck, right? For the way I ran it in my locals in my tournament, I want you guys to just, if you're gonna use this deck and you have the line of play to do it, do it. If you can summon these 2 monsters, there's a lot of times where I summon Mirror Jade and these 2 monsters and pass. It's against the Shizu tiers. Honestly, it's insane, guys. It's insane because all they're gonna do is like what 8. They're gonna mill. Sure, they're gonna mill and activate a lot of effects. Go for it. You're burning them, guys. At the time, like especially during like time, because the time rules are kind of dumb. I gotta admit, but especially during time, like this card kind of just wins in time. And not only that, like the Shizu tiers can't really kind of extend as much beyond this card's effect because it's just gonna burn per effect. So it's just, this card's crazy, guys. Honestly, I love this card. So. Yeah, Double Masquerade, crazy. I wouldn't. Honestly, I was thinking of the third one, but I don't know, guys. I'll think about it. I might put a third one. Who knows? Maybe you gotta stay tuned for that. But Despian Quartus. I'm still trying to learn the name, guys. After all this time, right? This card's still pretty good. The fact that I can just turn your opponent's monsters to 0 and you can just literally attack from game from that one. It's crazy, guys. This card's crazy. Double Albion. You have to run double. You could kind of cut it because there's times where I only use one anyways. But just in case, I kind of do want the second one there. So yeah, double Albion. Let me just do it like this with the double Mirror Jade. Insane card, guys. People just got to respect it. This card's crazy. 1 Predaplant Dracocepelia. Super Poly target. Who doesn't want to get rid of your opponent's tier limit cards, tier limit monsters? So this card's good, and it's a negate, so like why not, right? One Guardian Chimera. Good card, insane card, especially with Branded Lost. I mean, your opponent ain't really responding at all to it, so this card's really, really good. And then Despian, I'm still trying to learn the name, guys, so don't. Proskenion, yeah, Proskenion. I think I said it. But this card's really, really good, guys. I mean, there's times where I OTK'd with this card. I mean, it's the fact that I just got one of their monsters from the graveyard and attacked with it. And the fact that I don't even need it. I can just banish it if I wanted to, especially depending on what line of play they're doing. It's a quick effect, so yeah, I mean, this card's really, really insane. And yeah, I mean, I took it out once, so I took this card out, and I realized, like, you know what? There's certain plays that you are gonna need this card, so it's you can't really take it out, and I realized that this card's actually really, really good. You can literally summon a Despia monster and Super Poly and use Super Poly and just literally wipe out your opponent's field, especially against a mirror match. I did play a mirror match, and I literally used their whole field just with Super Polymerization. I just used all their monsters and then made a free monster myself, and then I could banish all their cards. So yeah, this card's insane. All right, then let me go to my side deck. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my side. It's like here. All right. So for my side deck, I have, let's see, triple Dimensional Shifter. Sorry, because D-Fisher is at 3, but no. Triple Dimensional Shifter. You can play even under this card anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, you don't care if you're. This is why I like this card, because you can use this card, and then you could also banish your ad-lib. So that way you don't have to worry about your opponent's shufflers, and you don't have to worry about the bestial monsters, because they're not going to target anything from your grave. You can use this, and then you can fusion your ablib, and you can target your banished monsters anyway. So that's why I love this monster. This monster helped a lot, and the fact that I kept drawing it, especially against like those grave heavy decks within itself, because I did face grave heavy decks. Like there's like a zombie player. This card's really, really funny against that deck, but against the Shizu tiers, it's like GG, guys. They're gonna have to respect it regardless. But yeah, one cosmic. One Harpies. I am trying to bump up the Cosmic in this side deck, but as of right now, it's you could arguably take this out and put double Cosmic. That's totally fine. But there's times where Harpies is better, especially because you want to get rid of the whole back row anyway. So, and yeah, Cosmic does kind of hurt from 4 time too. So you just got to remember about that. So yeah, Harpies is Harpies. Really, really good card. The third Dark Ruler No More, especially against those insane board, insane board, especially against Dragon Links and all that. But yeah, this card's still really good. This is why I love Dark Ruler No More, guys. Honestly, I think it's like one of my favorite cards now. Triple evenly matched. Again, this is my another favorite card. I think this card's like a staple in my my side deck. So I mean, this card's really good. If your opponent doesn't respect it, they're gonna feel sorry. This card's crazy, guys. This card can break boards, especially paired with Dark Ruler No More going second. Like this can literally crack any board, and you can just make your own board. So it's crazy. Especially at Branded Fusion, GG. Like your opponent just has to shake your hand at that point. So triple Dimensional Barrier. I am still running it. This card's still good. And I honestly, the fact that I was able to resolve this quite a bit, especially against at the tier limits, especially against tier limits, like you just lock them out for fusion summoning. Like they can't really do that much. Yeah, they can mill, but that's all they're gonna do. They're not gonna shuffle back any other stuff. So yeah, this card's insane, guys. Triple there can only be one. This card's really, really great, not only against the tier matchup. This card's really, really great against like certain sprite matchups. Like it's really, really good against Dragon Links, especially Dragon Links. Especially yeah, I mean this card's insane, and you can play around it. You can literally play around it. You just gotta know the different combos. You gotta know the different line of plays. So this card's really, really good. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. That's it for my deck profile, guys. I do want to give a big shout out to you guys, because you guys, I've been loving your guys' support. I mean, we're climbing up to 400 already. I did not expect it to be that fast, guys. You guys are crazy. I absolutely love you guys. But yeah, I mean, I am gonna post more, so just keep stay tuned for that, guys. More content coming soon, so don't worry about it. I am gonna probably post more of on my matchups. Like I'm gonna start probably recording the matchups. I'm gonna start recording all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, just stay tuned for all that, guys. I am excited. I'm really excited, and happy for you guys' support. Love you guys' support. And yeah, so if you're new to this channel, go just hit that subscribe button, comment down below, and yeah, like this video, guys. So yeah, without what am I saying? I'm just excited that you guys are honestly like watching my stuff. So it's really I'm thankful for that. But yeah, this is your boy Donald John here, signing out.